Well, I had an amazing problem with my Citroen GS a few weeks ago here in France. I was driving along quite happily, and it started to rain, so I had the window down at the time, so I thought I'd wind the window up. And as I did, I suddenly realized the window was falling out, and I managed to catch it from falling out, and well, actually it dropped down eventually when I stopped. I fished it out, got it back up into this position, but the winder isn't working at all. There was a crack in behind the door, but the other problem is now that the door mechanism inside is completely broken, so that isn't working. That's locked solid, and though this goes up and down, nothing's working. So the door catch isn't working. It's just loose, so every time you go around a corner the door flies open. To get home I tied a bit of string, but then as there was nothing to tie it to, I had to use a dog lead that I had clipped onto here, round this, and somehow hold the door closed. So the car is not really drivable. But I do have another mechanism inside a scrap car that I've got, so that will fix the door eventually. But a friend of mine said, why don't you buy a little van, little French van? There's one going, a 5-year-old model. It's absolutely brilliant, and it's going at a fairly good price, so I decided to have a look at it, and I couldn't believe what good condition it was, and here it is. I mean, I came to look at this van, and the first thing I did actually was just look down here. I couldn't believe it. Look how clean that is. And then actually I was even more amazed. I decided to have a look underneath. I don't know why. And look, that's a 5-year-old van. Well, it's done about 18,000 kilometers when I looked at it. So I bought it. It's just amazing. It's like new. Now, the thing that's also interesting from my point of view with this little van is that it's all plastic. That's all. Everything here is plastic. That's all plastic. Plastic. The whole van is plastic on a galvanized and metal frame. The back of the van is like, in fact, actually all the dust here and dirt that you can see is what I've made, because I've been using it to get building materials. Mind you, I've been careful with it. There's not a mark on it really. It's amazing. No scratches. It's one of these little vans in France where you're limited to speed on it, and the speed is 45 kilometers an hour. This thing winds up to about 50 nearly. It slows a bit on the hills, but other than that, it's no problem. And for driving around these little country lanes and going into town for shopping and materials, it's absolutely ideal. With two extra advantages. One is that I've been getting just under 100 miles per gallon. And as it's all plastic, you've got no rust problems at all. It's noisy, but you can't expect much, I guess. Now when I bought it here, it's exactly how I bought it. Came with a radio, which I can run my iPlayer off. CD player on it. It's got a cigarette lighter actually, which is also of course a power outlet. Glove compartment. Then you've got so it's all plastic, but you've got a metal frame here. Intermittent wipe, 2-speed wipers, heater, blower, got air coming in on each side here and up above, of course. Great little van, but noisy. I'll prove the point by starting it up. So it's got a 2-cylinder diesel engine, and it's automatic, which belt-driven sort of variomatic thing, like the old DAFs used to have. I'll have a look at the engine. So this is a little diesel engine. You see the belts there for the variomatic automatic transmission. Fan there and a little radiator. And everywhere you look, you see how clean it is. In fact, all this mud here wasn't on it at all when I bought it, and it's all mud that I've put on it in the last few weeks. So I'll have to work hard to keep it clean. All this will come off. So there we are, a useful little runaround. My poor Citroen is going to have to be repaired now.